This 2011 Ford F-250 was recently traded in at a local dealership and they deemed it uncleanable. So they brought it to me. Buckle up as I take on the massive challenge of restoring this disgusting work truck to a like-new condition after more than a decade of total and horrifying abuse. How this happens is beyond me, but what I do know is that the mess in here will leave your jaws on the floor. Okay guys, well, getting started with the pre-wash rinse on this truck, and like a lot of you out there, I'm still wondering to myself how a vehicle gets to the point that this one is. The mess inside the truck is beyond nasty and will easily take me in the neighborhood of 11 to 12 hours to clean, though having done many other vehicles that were equally as bad, I do know it'll all be worth it when I'm done. Continuing my way around the truck, and you'll notice that there's a fair bit of rust around all the wheel wells that I obviously don't want to make look worse, so I'll make sure to be very careful with the pressure washer so I don't blast away any of the rusted metal or flaking paint. Moving to the underside now, and you'll notice I'm not using my undercarriage sprayer like I normally would, and have instead opted just for the pressure washer here, and that's simply because there's enough ground clearance on this truck for me to actually see where I'm spraying, so I can visually make sure I've gotten all the dirt removed from the entire underside of the truck. Okay, with the truck all covered in megafoam, I'll grab my boar's hair detail brush and use it to agitate in and around all the crevices around the truck where my wash mitt is going to miss, like around emblems, door handles, grills, and of course behind the fuel door. Alright, with the truck washed and dried now, I'll turn my attention to the rubber floor mats while I've still got the pressure washer out, though first I'll have to take them out of the truck. Once I do, the process to get them clean is simple. Dump off the loose dirt and debris, use the pressure washer to blast off the majority of the stuck-on dirt, use some APC and drill brush to agitate, and then simply rinse them clean. Okay guys, well here is where the fun really starts. It's time to get to work on the interior, which means removing the seats and center console because it'll be impossible to clean them properly if I don't, and after a quick look around at the handfuls of nastiness and old hamburgers, I gotta say, I have really got my work cut out for me today. Moving to the section of carpet underneath the center console, and this is a tad bewildering to me. How does so much dust, and what looks to be drywall dust at that, end up underneath the console? The drywall mud around the interior I can understand, but seeing the dust everywhere doesn't make much sense. Perhaps some things are better left unexplained. Starting on the section underneath the driver's seat now, and while I don't have much for background on this vehicle, I do know that it was owned by a drywaller and he recently traded the truck in for a new one. Now, I think it's pretty clear that the guy uses his truck for work and only sees the vehicle for what it offers him in terms of utility, and that in the case of this truck, I don't think it's a stretch to think that it wasn't ever cleaned once since it was new. Of course, seeing a mess like this, and I absolutely understand why the dealership wanted nothing to do with cleaning it, dealers operate on a high volume basis, and this would undoubtedly slow the detail department down to a crawl, which is bad for business. So they definitely made the smart choice in bringing it to me. Moving up to the seats now, where there's quite a bit of drywall mud stuck to them, though after having done a few drywallers trucks before, I know that's not really going to be much of an issue today. Drywall mud will easily crack and fall off the seat and doesn't tend to stain fabrics at all, but what I am worried about is the stain on the middle seat that looks like it's from some kind of paint. I have my doubts that I'll be able to remove that today. Getting to work on the passenger seat now, and I can't help but hope that the previous owner of this truck got leather seats in the new one. It would have been so much easier to be dealing with leather today instead of fabric, but I do think I'll be able to get these looking really good regardless. Though, just as a helpful suggestion, if you happen to be a person whose vehicle does tend to get dirty, make sure you get leather because it'll make the cleanup job far easier and they can take way more abuse than fabric can. Now, as I continue on the dash here, I hope this demonstrates how critical it is to have the right tools for the job. My detail brush is helping tremendously because if I didn't agitate and suck up as much of the dirt as I can right now, when I go to seam the plastics later, I would end up making a huge mess. This way it makes it easier and keeps things cleaner, so if anyone wants to take their detailing game to the next level, you can find the brushes on my website at detailgeekautocare.com, where worldwide shipping is available. Okay, moving inside the truck now to the rear seats, and like I was mentioning earlier, there appears to be a few spots on the seats that aren't just drywall mud, but rather some sort of paint, and in my experience, it's hit or miss whether I'll be able to remove it. If the carpet cleaner, drill brush, and extractor can't do the job, then I will try again when I'm steaming everything later on, although sometimes that's not even enough. As much as I want to get this truck looking perfect today, I do need to keep in mind that when a vehicle is abused as heavily as this one was, perfection might not be attainable. Okay, because I still see people asking after all these years whether I clean the entire seat or just the seat bottoms, I figured I'd include this clip here. Obviously the answer is yes, every inch of the vehicle is cleaned. When I'm making these videos, I'm trying to show you guys the biggest transformation that I can, which means showing you the dirtier areas of any vehicle, and in terms of the seats, well, that tends to be just the bottom portion. Of course, there are dozens of videos where I've included the seat backs as well, but I typically don't film it because I'd rather make a shorter video that's more engaging than a longer one with more fluff. But anyways, rest assured, everything is cleaned. Here's the bucket full of filth that was sucked out of the F-250's day. Gross. Starting on all the plastics now, and I'll of course be using my best-selling all-purpose cleaner and my McCulloch steamer to do the job, and like you've seen many times before, this is a truly unbeatable combo. Steam will do a decent job on its own, but adding in the APC takes it to a completely new level. Even on a truck that looks as horrendous as this does, this combo can almost make it look new again. If anyone out there enjoys cleaning their own vehicle or has messes around the house they aren't sure how to clean, then consider grabbing some of the APC and a steamer. You can find the all-purpose cleaner on my website in both 16-ounce and gallon sizes, where it comes as a concentrate so it'll last forever, and then the link to the steamer I use is down in the description for you. Trust me, you won't regret it. Starting on the steering wheel now, and of course the number one question out there is, can you safely steam around electronics in your vehicle? And the answer, yes, you absolutely can, provided you're smart about it. Obviously you don't want to oversaturate things with cleaner, and then when steaming you want to do it as quickly as possible with the least amount of steam possible. So work efficiently. Blasting steam in one spot for too long can easily lead to discolored plastics and can also force the steam into places you don't want it to go, but if you're smart about it, I can guarantee you won't have any issues doing what I'm doing here. Getting to work on the cup holders from the center console now, which are absolutely disgusting, and this instantly reminded me of the last truck this dealership brought me. It was a 2015 GMC Sierra, and easily one of the wildest and nastiest details I've ever done. Now if you haven't seen that video yet, then make sure you watch it after this one. I posted that video a couple of months ago, and I honestly hope I never see a vehicle as bad as it was, although I probably will. And if you've enjoyed watching this disaster detail so far, then please make sure you leave a thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and make sure to send it out to a family member or a friend and gross them out too. Okay, with everything clean now, I can finally use some 303 aerospace protectant to dress and UV protect the interior plastics, though I'm going to do that while I've still got the seats out since it's easier to maneuver around and get the sides of the center console here. Second last step on this truck before seeing the incredible results, and it's to use some of my best selling glass cleaner and waffle weave towels to clean all the glass, which as expected was insanely dirty. I used 5 separate towels to do all the glass in here, and what they looked like when I was done was downright nasty. Alright guys, well 15 hours is what it took to push the reset button on this Ford F-250, and I gotta say, this truck is looking incredible. Now, if you guys enjoyed this crazy transformation, then make sure you smash the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and please check out my other channel, The Yard Geek, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.